North Carolina man who was sentenced to life in prison for his role in a fatal home invasion in Millinocket in December of 2017 was back in court in Bangor today. 41-year-old Christopher Murray was found guilty of murder, aggravated assault, and robbery, and today he was in court to testify against his defense team, claiming he had ineffective counsel.
Murray was one of 3 people charged with robbing and shooting Wayne LaPierre and his wife in the basement of their home. 47-year-old Tony Locklear is serving life in prison for murder. His daughter, 25-year-old Alexis Locklear, was sentenced to a year for robbery.
Murray testified today against David Bate and Jeff Toothaker, who were his attorneys at the time. He said he wanted to testify during the trial but was advised against it.
Both Bate and Toothaker took the stand today. A judge will rule on the challenge at a later date.